For me and my brother, we grew up with each other. Like, we helped each other grow. We raised each other. Like, my mom worked 3 jobs so that she can provide food on the table, keep a roof over our heads, and put clothes on our back. At the age of like 4 and 5, me and my brother's basically been like maintaining the house, cleaning everything, keeping all of our chores up, doing our homework, and making sure our mom would be proud of us at the end of the day. Growing up, I was always into like those foreign films where you had a bunch of like Chinese or Japanese mixed martial artists and just going out doing different types of things, like the flying around, crazy sword fights, these Superman punches that are landing and hitting 20 people all at once, flying them back hundreds of feet. You know, those are the type of movies I thought like were real, and I was really inspired to think those were like my real life superheroes and superpowers could come true, and I could attribute them to being who I am today, making myself try to be like the animated cartoon character that everyone sees today. First time I saw MMA was when I was in the 7th grade. And my first reaction to it was, oh my God, these guys fighting bare knuckle, it's like a street fight, they're just getting paid for it. I don't know if I can do it or not. I'm watching it on like these blurry lines because I couldn't get real pay-per-view and stuff. So I was like, but it was cool, but like I was so into it that I was more like adapted to it and kind of figuring out if there was a way for me to make money doing this, I'll be happy to do it. But that was a childhood dream. Then all of a sudden, like a few years later, I got into like wrestling and football and track, and kind of just ended up in a blur that way. Fighting's only 10% physical, 90% mental, man, for me. Like, you can be as strong as you want, but as soon as you break mentally, you're done. Everybody who will tell you who's in the fight game, you can actually, for us, when we're fighting with somebody, you can actually see their will break. It's the greatest feeling in the world. When you can see that you've taken their heart and their soul and you just robbed it from them, and that's like the most satisfying thing in the world. It's not knocking anybody out. It's not sitting there getting that great submission in front of millions of crowds. When you're hitting them and you're seeing them break, or you're holding them down, you're wrestling them, you're actually having a more dominant jiu-jitsu position, and you can hear them start to like break. They start to whine, their heart starts to give out, they're starting to cry. You just feel them mentally just giving up. That look of desperation on their face, and you're going in like a lion attacking a gazelle, and you're like, yes, this is the moment right here. The things that are important to me is my family, like my brother and my mom. Those are the 2 people that I care about the most. Everything I do is to make sure that like I can give them everything that I can, you know. Everything that I make for MMA, I usually try to give for my mom, give some to my brother, make sure they're set off and they got some good money, and that I can help them out where they need it. We need it to go buy something, or if she needs something fixed, I'm always trying to give them whatever I can all the time.